So I'm working on setting up my clones. I've learned some new stuff in the past couple days about some of the clones that I said don't work are now working. And I found another clone that kept its position. And now multiple space is not wanting to work. I wonder what's up with that. Okay, so I'm going to remove it and then add it again. See, this ad keeps popping up. This is bullshit. This is why I'm recording this, because these are the problems that you run into. And Island, because it's not an optimized version of the virtual space on Game Guardian, you can't really use Game Guardian with Island unless you use it on a rooted device. So that's something I learned and I should share with you guys. I know I said Island is my favorite new cloning app, but it can do a lot more than you think, but I don't have the time to investigate all that. I'm just trying to get the apps organized that I'm working now. Because things change. You know, there's updates, and see, it's logging into Madam Ecstasy, and that's the default account for multiple space, which I want, but I actually changed all my gamer profile IDs on Google Play Games to not auto sign in. Even though it's nice when they do, it makes it easy. Sometimes you don't want to auto sign in if you're having problems with logging into a cloning app that's pulling from the main app and not loading the city that you want it to load. So it loaded the right city. That's all I wanted to see, and then I just wanted to check my war cards. Oh yeah, update with the war. We're winning our first war. Because the stupid people, well, the stupid opponents aren't even playing. So, what the fuck? Why war with us if you're not going to even play? I mean, that's the fucked up part when you're playing on the naughty side, you know? I got a lot of cities to work on and a lot of regions to work on, but I just want to get the cloning apps to work. Okay, so that's working. Okay, I'm testing each one. Okay, so rotate. Okay, so ES parallel counts is working. What I did was I did that thing like I explained where I only do the tutorial up to the government building on my main SimCity on the desktop, and then I exit out of the game. So that way it's already saved. You don't, in case the cloning app loads the city you don't want to, you just delete it real quick, reinstall it, and it'll load SimCity up. You don't have to do the tutorial. You'll just start at the government building level 1 where you can log into Facebook or Google Play to get your game progress. So I'm leaving it like that. I would like to use the main SimCity for another city, but it's working better this way. So I'm also adding the new Game Guardian to each virtual space or cloning app. I had to reinstall Game Guardian. I had some problems. It got that failed demon error message. This is the only thing I don't like. Parallel. It automatically chooses Skype, YouTube, Chrome, and Gmail for you to load. And I don't want any of those. Now let me see if it's going to load my city correctly. I know it will, but I just want to double check because I haven't loaded this city for a while. This is my, next to Exotica, this is my pretty much #1 city or best designed city. Well, I shouldn't say that. Then there's also La Femme d'Argent. Yoda, La Femme d'Argent, and Exotica are my best cities of the new update. Now, the older modded APKs I was telling you about, I found my old cities. Those are designed a lot better, but they don't have a lot of work put into them. They just look nice. They're not customized yet. Like, I don't have all the product. I have everything unlimited, but they need to be worked on. Yeah, so this is Yoda. Yoda. See, parallel space, I'm telling you, it always works. Always. Nothing to attack. I just want to see my war cards real quick. Oh, I have to maybe make Yoda unlimited. Oh, I already did. Okay, so I'm gonna also max out all my war cards for every city that I can on the naughty side. Since I'm able to do that now, I can't go back to my club, which they miss me too because I was like 3 in 1 player because I had 3 cities in my main club and I was giving everybody war items for $1 and you know, I was loading up everybody with land expansion, storage expansion, any product and my whole team needed, I was giving it to them. That's probably why I got booted. SimCity Police caught on. Okay, so that's working. Parallel space is working. So now I'm trying to see every city in each cloning app is working. Now we go to parallel space light. I think my screen lock is like the same for every app. Let's see how it does that. Automatically selects those for you. I don't want that. I'm just re-adding Game Guardian to each cloning app because I had to uninstall it. So I'm not even going to open it because I know it works. Okay, now I have to... This is the new one, dual space. I just like found, I think I tried it. There's 3 of them. There's dual space blue, and dual space light. And they're all optimized for you at the GameGuardian.net site, you know, where I told you we get all your cloning apps. So if you want to use Guardian, oh, excuse me. I just woke up and it's like 12 o'clock in the morning. So I'm really not awake. And I took my medicine, which keeps me awake, and it's not doing shit. So let's open up dual space and see what's going on there. Okay, I deleted all the apps so I can start fresh. And now I gotta figure out which city I'm gonna add to it. I tried to clone a cloning app, but it didn't work. I used parallel space because I would think it's the strongest cloning app of all. I would think it would be able to clone a smaller cloning app that's not as powerful as parallel space, but it didn't work. So now let's see what happens when I open it. If it takes me the tutorial or it opens to the wrong city. Ah, see, this is what's interesting. Let me turn this down. What I found out, and the reason why I'm using dual space is because this is like the third time I've opened it, and it opens the same app the same city, I'm sorry, that I initialized logged into. So that's pretty stable to me. It's, and that's didn't happen for me the last time I used it. It's loading the wrong city. You see? It's loading the city I just loaded in the other account, I believe. Yep, I don't want that city. That's in ES Parallel. So, let me, whoops. I didn't mean to start Game Guardian. Let me see. There's really not a lot of settings, which is not good. Like, you can't customize it. That's not good. Let's delete it. What does the sharing do? I mean, how do you share app? We can't share an app to Twitter or Text Now. I mean, you could save it to invite more to work, my work profile. See, there's like 2 work profiles. Your phone has a work profile, or like a guest user has a working profile. And Island sets up its own. See, the Island is different in the sense that it installs SimCity like an alias of it. None of the other cloning apps do that. So I'm still, and see, Island is in beta, so I'm learning every day something new about Island, and it's kind of complicated. It has like a very simple interface, but the more you use it, the more you find out about it. And my DU recorder has been crashing. It usually starts every time I open one of my cloning apps, or any app for that sake, so I can record, but it hasn't been doing that. So I'm going to add SimCity again and see if I can get a fresh SimCity that's not the other city. I mean, I don't get this. Why it's doing that. It just loaded the correct city a while ago. Then that means I'm going to have to go and delete the main SimCity on my desktop is already set up and have no city loaded. It's just loads to level 1 with the government building ready for you to log into Facebook or Google. It doesn't have any city loaded. So why is this app loading another city and it's not even loading the city from the cloning app I just loaded before this. It's loading it from the very first cloning app that I opened. This is pissing me off because I want to use this app. I'm going to try to log in to... I want to see if I get the error message. I'm going to try to log into an account that has a Facebook attached to it. Oh, God. This is so annoying. I've spent literally hours fiddling around with this stuff. See, Google Play Services doesn't work. So why am I using this cloning app? I don't know. Because it worked one time? That's not a good enough reason. It has to be stable, damn it. Oh God, this is pissing me off. Does Firefly have a Facebook? Hideaway has a Facebook. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to put the president of Paradise Players into here and see if that... I really didn't want it in this app. I wanted it in a different cloning app. But I'm running low on cloning apps to use because each of them have an assigned city pretty much, except for 2. So let's see here. Okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna put in Hideaway. And then I want to close out and reopen it and see if it stays there. I didn't see it load the name of the city. See, this is linked to another city. I knew that was going to happen. That's bullshit. So do I have to clear the app data again? Close all. Let me open up SimCity and see if it still stayed where I left it. The main SimCity on the desktop. It's going on a 20-minute video. I want it to be a 10-minute video. I'm probably not even going to upload this because I sound really out of it and just kind of blah, which is how I feel. I've only had 1 Red Bull today and 3 of my pills, and my pills usually amp me up and they're not doing shit. See? Even SimCity failed me. Fuck. This is whack. No wonder why it loaded. SimCity loaded the city that just loaded on dual space, and I did not even load an app. So I gotta do this again. Clear the data, settings. Wow. And then I'm gonna have to redo this for every app. This is a problem, guys. I had everything working fine until I added all these extra cities. And I think that might be why it's not wanting me to load all. Like, I have 10 cities actually that are working. I have more that are kind of inactive and I don't have a way to log into them, but I have 10 active cities that I can log into and play. So remember I told you how Island is the only app that creates a duplicate alias of SimCity? It's right here. It's called a work profile. And look at the space as opposed to the space on the regular. So it doesn't take a lot of space. But it does this for a particular reason. And that's why I'm using Island. But it's still in beta. It's not released. But I hope you guys downloaded it and fiddle around with it and see if you like it, because it's kind of cool. I don't want to assume, but I don't think most of you guys are loading 10 different cities and 10 cloning apps on one device like I am. I think I'm kind of outdoing it. Clear the data once again. Now I have to do the tutorial. That sucks. But I'm going to see if the other two cloning apps, ES Parallel and Multiple Space, kept the cities that I loaded. Now, Go Multiple, Parallel, and Parallel Space Light, I don't have to worry about. And Dr. Clone. They all keep the same city that I loaded regardless if I clear SimCity's data or not. It still loads the city that I initially logged into when I opened the app the first time. Just want to clarify that. So now we're going to check what city ES Parallel loads. It better load Sol Luna. Watch. Nope. Mother of fuck. See what I'm talking about, guys? This is part of the process. Now I have to do the tutorial again. And I swear on my father's dead grave, or ashes, I should say, that I did the tutorial just up to and logged out. So I don't have to repeat the process. I swear to you guys, I did it. So I'm going to end the video and then we'll resume more cloning when I figure this, when I actually, finish the tutorial, then I'll make another video. Thanks for watching this cloning series.